Wow, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some absolutely breaking news. An update in a possible 135 WBC welterweight championship fight between Shakur Stevenson and Lamont Roach Jr. Wait, didn't Shakur Stevenson on Ariel Helwani's podcast just make the statement that he's completely done with the WBC, will not be fighting for the WBC no more throughout his career? Isn't this a man that took disrespect from Mauricio Sulaiman and shot it back? We've got a response from Lamont Roach Jr. in today's video, ladies and gentlemen. A response from Lamont Roach Jr. answering Shakur Stevenson's call out. Shakur Stevenson said at 135 pounds, I want to fight Lamont Roach Jr. I don't care about O'Shaquie Foster. I would like to fight against Lamont Roach Jr. Based off of his resume, he's done more than O'Shaquie Foster. O'Shaquie Foster's done nothing. He's done nothing for him to deserve that fight. Remember, that's what Shakur Stevenson said, right? I mean, we made a whole video on that. It was just absolutely ridiculous. But that's what he said. And he said at 140 pounds, if it ain't Lamont Roach Jr. at 135, then he'd like to fight Gary Antoine Russell. Hey, I don't want to fight Jose El Rayo. I don't want to fight that dude, bro. Another fight that, in my opinion, don't seem worth it to me. I don't feel Jose El Rayo deserves that fight when a guy like Gary Antoine Russell beat him for his belt. I would like to fight Gary Antoine Russell. But that's funny because Gary Russell Jr. came out in an interview and said that as soon as they heard, him and Gary Antoine Russell, as soon as they heard Shakur Stevenson make that statement about not wanting a Rayo and wanting Gary Antoine Russell, that they immediately contacted Jay Prince and contacted his team and tried to set this fight and make it happen. But Shakur Stevenson, I don't know if he never got the memo. I don't know if Jay Prince is not telling him certain dudes is offering him fights. But Gary Russell Jr. said we called them, we contacted them when we heard this news, and guess what? They pushed us away. They told us that they've got other plans, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is what Lamont Roach Jr. has to say in response to Shakur Stevenson's 135-pound call-out in his next fight. If, ladies and gentlemen, if it's not a big name, which at this point, who is he going to fight? It either got to be a Lamont Roach Jr. at 135 or Gary Antoine Russell at 140 pounds for the WBA strap. Listen to what Lamont Roach Jr. has to say, and then I'm going to give you my reaction.
Talked about Keyshawn after his win, said your name.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw the other day, you know what I'm saying, Shakur said after this he's thinking about moving down to fight you. What you got to say about that, man?
I'm where I'm supposed to be. That's all I got to say. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Now, we don't want to look past the fights you got coming up, of course. But is that a fight you're looking forward to, like a Shakur fight?
Absolutely. I think that will settle who's the best at this weight class. And more importantly, better overall in the world.
The man is where he's supposed to be. He said, absolutely, I would love that fight for my next fight after William Cepeda. Lamont Roach Jr. is willing to take this fight against Shakur Stevenson with ease, bruh. I know for a fact Lamont Roach Jr. would want to take part in that. But it don't make no sense when Shakur Stevenson said he's never fighting for the WBC bout ever again. What is this man gonna do? Completely go against his word once again? while being signed to Zuffa Boxing? Is Mauricio Solomon going to allow this? Don't forget about the Terrence Crawford situation. Shakur Stevenson been public and said he feels like Mauricio's attacking him for that specifically too. Shakur bashed the WBC. If William Cepeda loses to Lamont Roach Jr., the WBC lightweight title is on the line. So if Lamont wins, Shakur says he wants that fight, bruh. That means he's going to have to fold on himself. And will they even allow this to happen? I know Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia is going down, dual broadcasted event, a WBC champion going up against Conor Benn, a Zuffa fighter. So we see things that are possible. But when you got a bad relationship and, you know, things just ain't looking good, hey, what is he going to do? This is in my opinion, this could be some cap, bro, from Shakur Stevenson wanting Lamont Roach Jr. He's going to have to completely go up against his word. So Lamont Roach Jr. says he's absolutely ready and wanting that fight after he fights William Cepeda. And Shakur Stevenson said that's a fighter that he wants, even though O'Shaquie Foster should have been the next man up. Should have been it. And even though should have been Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson and his team acting like they didn't know and they didn't hear nothing about the early negotiations between Dana White and Zuffa Boxing trying to lock in a fight. Ladies and gentlemen, now we see Devin Haney's over to the zone. Who is Shakur Stevenson going to fight? Lamont Roach Jr. has gave his response. Shakur Stevenson said he's down for that fight. Gary Antoine Russell Jr. said that they tried to make that fight already, and Shakur Stevenson and his team declined it. And then a few days later, that's when Shakur Stevenson comes out with that interview. So he's either lying to us or his team ain't telling him nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think. Absolutely breaking news. Lamont Roach Jr. response. And that's my reaction to that. I'm out.